Okay, I think I will get us started.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the virtual clap.
Yeah.
Welcome to Agility Lab. My name is Morten Elvang, and we have a process now where we are bringing agility back to life, or especially Agility Lab back to life, and are running some campaigns. We are looking at the PI planning, the big room plannings. We are looking at what's the state of agile. And then the most interesting track we have at the moment is to look at medium-sized enterprises and how to actually open a market of agile consulting in that area and stimulate the appetite for that type of company to use the types of services we can provide. And Marina, it's so wonderful to have you here because you are literally the first person I have met on the internet who made the point that it's worth looking at this segment. I mean, maybe some of us have thought it, but you actually developed a business on this. So it's really amazing to have you here to hear about your experiences and how maybe we could learn to do things better for this type of company. So
Thank you
welcome.
so Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here because I have a mission to help agile coaches to be to have a lot of clients, to help businesses be happy to achieve their goals. Because my real mission is to replace traditional management. I hate waterfall, I hate hierarchy, and I do believe that it's the better we have enough knowledge to help businesses to show them different way how they can manage their people, right? And I do believe that if I inspire agile coaches and they will go to small and medium businesses, they will help me replace waterfall and traditional management. This is my mission. I'm very excited to share my experience. Let me tell you my story. My name is Marina Alex. Please find me in LinkedIn and connect with me. You will find some very good information there. Last 12 years, I have been working as an agile coach outside of IT. My background is I was executive in sales before I became an agile coach. And almost 13 years ago, I decided to become agile coach, right? And in the beginning, everybody told me, Marina, you're crazy. Agile, it's not exist in sales. And I had a lot of resistance from our agile community that it's possible, right? But I adapt Scrum and I help many sales teams around the world and executive teams to be agile. And my career was very successful. I lived in Russia, I traveled around the world, I had a lot of money, everything was great. And then I moved to the United States and I had a big contract with local TV company where we implement agile in sales. And they helped me to move. And it was a lot of money, it was great. But when I finished this contract in 2022, in America, we had crisis in agile with agile jobs. Many agile coaches were laid off. Right now, if someone will apply for agile coach position, for 24 hours, we have more than 1,000 applications. 1,000 applications for one job. Thousands agile coaches, they lay off right now in America. It's very tough market. And it's happened with me in 2022. Guys, I found myself that I spent all my savings. I couldn't find any clients. It was very difficult time for me. I was a single mom with a teenager, right, in a foreign country. And from all my success, suddenly I couldn't find any clients. I couldn't find any job. And I needed to survive. I needed to pay for my rent. And I told myself, like, and all my friends, they called me like, Marina, just go and find a job. You will be a great executive in sales and marketing. But my heart was belonged to coaching. I do believe that I'm very good in that, right? But I couldn't find any job. Anyway, I decided to try to find clients with local businesses. I stay in a local hotel for a couple of days, right? And I met a general manager, and I will show a video soon about that case study. And I asked her, "What is your problems?" And she told me we have turnover, people are leaving our company. We don't achieve our revenue goals. We have chaos. Everything is difficult. And I told her, hey, I can help you. And she's like, really? Like, yeah, I'm a consultant. I can help you. I worked with big organizations, but I can help you. And she asked me, how much is it? And guys, I didn't know how to really charge them because I've never worked with small businesses. And I needed $5,000 to pay for my rent, to pay for my insurance. And I told her, $5,000. And she's like, okay. And they sent me money for next day. I was shocked because it was completely different world because in enterprise, I don't know how about you, right? But in America, for example, it took 8 months for me to sign up a contract, NDA and all those processes. The sales cycle was very big. I don't know how about you guys. Maybe in Europe it's different, but in America it's really 8 months to sign up a contract. Here they send me money next day. And I was like, wow, okay. Guys, for less than for two, almost for 5 weeks, less than 2 months, I changed them completely. I changed structure, I changed culture, I changed processes. We implement sprints, planning session, we create cross-functional teams, and they achieve great results. And I thought, wow, when I work with small businesses, I work with all organization, like 50 people, for example, maybe 20, maybe 50, right? And you work as a coach with a general manager, with founder, with keeping people, right? You work with everybody. You can change them so quickly. I've never had this experience in enterprise in my life because you worked with enterprise, right? It's not easy to change them. Here, I realized that I can change them so quickly, and they value my experience. They gave me feedback like, Marina, wow, thank you so much. You're the best coach. And then a general manager, she came to me like, Marina, may I ask a question? I'm like, yeah. And she asked me, why you charge so cheap? This is how I create pricing. This is how I learn how to charge them, right? And now I charge in America about $20,000 for 2 months, right? And I make more money than I made with enterprise because I have several clients at the same time. I work with local dentists, restaurants, hotels, any business we have around. I can help them, right? Because I create cross-functional teams. I help them to change it. Like, you know, everything what I'm implementing, right? You do exactly the same. And I wanted to share with you one video, several videos right now. I took this video last week for I have an academy. I teach agile coaches how to make this transition, right? And I made this video for them, but I want to share this video for you. Okay? Any questions so far? Or we'll have them later. Okay, let me share the video.
No questions right now.
Mm-hmm. Sorry?
No questions right now.
Okay, good. And let me see. Let me know if you can hear anything. Do you see the video? Oh, forest. Okay, video. Okay. Let me see if you have sound.
More different than when we have our 7 days because we have a lot of repetitive stuff. Tuesday we do the vehicle checks. Shavings, we use the bill Wednesday, Thursday, depending on how we go down.
It's a bit muted. Yeah,
Muted?
I can hear you, but it's hard to hear the sound.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me try again. Because again, guys, this is horse farm. They have many horses. They help people with special needs with kids, healing them with horses. Imagine this guy, which I'm going to show you, He's just working in a maintain, right? He's like, this team works with horses. They didn't have any IT background, right? And now they're completely happy. Let me share my screen again and try it again. It sounds, how to share sounds. It should be. So, sorry, just a second.
Just a bit muffled. Maybe it fixes itself if you raise the volume. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I will do it. Okay, just a second. Let's do it again. It's maximum for me.
No. We have 7 days because we have a lot of repetitive stuff. Tuesday we do the vehicle checks. Shavings, we use the field Wednesday, Thursday, if we don't have, we go down. And we grease the drag on Mondays, pay, check shavings, kind of the status of what we need for the week. And we have our drag schedule, trash on Friday. And here's all of our sticky notes, construction, big jobs are blue, the smaller maintenance jobs are green. Equipment maintenance, oil change, stuff like that, conference. And then the admin stuff like making phone calls, calling about diesel, things like that. Yeah.
How did it impact your work, Mark?
Well, it made it much more efficient because we weren't in here like, what do we gotta do today? We just walk in, look at the board, look at what was done. Just everything that we're working on tends to contribute to a larger project as part of a project that we're working on. So we gotta do these things so that this little thing can be finished. So we don't come in trying to figure out, well, what can we do today? We know what we're doing. When our volunteers come in, they know what they're doing. They can prepare, pick stuff. I got time for that. They have a question, they ask us, and we give them the tools, and off they go. There's not time wasted trying to figure something to do. It's all done.
So cool.
It's more efficient.
You see, it's regular people, right? And for them to have retrospectives, to have common goals, to have a cross-functional teams, because we change teams, we don't have departments anymore. We have cross-functional teams where everybody from different departments. It's a game changer. They became more efficient. The culture became very strong. People really love what they do, right? That's why our knowledge, which we have from agile world, and many of you have like 20 years of experience in agile, right? As an agile coach, a scrum trainer, for example, this is exactly what you need. They need, right? And let me share something else with you as a case studies, okay? This is the case study which I share with you, which they came to me and like, Marina, we have problems, right? And I help them. I adapt Scrum. We have a Sway system. It's new framework, very popular in America right now. We create Kanban boards, cross-functional teams, weekly sprints, and they achieve their revenue results. And it's very important, guys, to measure your impact in revenue grow and know how to do it, because businesses, for them, it's important, okay? For them, it's important that you will help them achieve their revenue or profit goals. And look at the sales. This company, they grew up dramatically right now, right? Because imagine they grew up like 12 times of revenue when they open. And it's happened because they have cross-functional teams. They have Kanban software. They are helping them with AI as well. I will share about AI as well. But this is what's happening. And now let me share one more video about what general manager told me after 5 weeks of working with them, okay? Hopefully it will be loud. Can you listen? Tell us please a story as a CEO. How was this agile journey for you?
So, agile is an interesting journey. Previously in my past career, I oversaw a technology company. So my team used agile in everything that they did. I was in the hospitality industry, so I didn't use that as much. And this transformation right now has been absolutely incredible. It has shown us how we can communicate and collaborate across departments The Kanban board system is a key takeaway because by using this system, we're able to, at the executive level, set the company goals. And then we have a team of brilliant people who know how to go ahead and execute it. So the whole thing is about servant leadership and allowing people that you've hired to be able to do their jobs and contribute to the success of the organization so that everyone plays a part in it.
And you
all have
can
ownership.
give me interview while your team is working hard,
I
right?
know, look at them.
This is self-organizing team, and CEO just talking with people and
Right.
nothing. And there are so many different businesses, all of them, right? I worked with local dentists. I worked with biotech companies, restaurants. Like each business which you have on your street, they can be your clients. That's why I really want to inspire our Agile community and share like, hey, stop struggling. There are millions of businesses around you. They need your help because, again, traditional, I call them MBA program consultants, they don't know what we know, right? Where the traditional consultants, they teach them how to create silos, how they create different departments, right? And it doesn't work with 5 different generations and AI on the property, right? That's why they need us, but we were so busy working with enterprise. That's why they don't know that we exist. Does it make sense? That's why
Do you have
this is,
some?
yeah, go ahead.
Is it okay to ask questions?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm wondering what sort of your how do you make the contact? I mean, how do you find the companies that you work with?
Yes.
What's the approach?
It's a very good question. I built a sales system and I teach Agile coaches how to do it, right? First of all, your LinkedIn profile, and I can share with you several LinkedIn profiles, should be your like landing page. It should be very clear what you do. And I will share several examples right now, right? This is number 1, your social media. You need to use your social media to be visible. Every single day, I would inspire you to add 20 different local business owners or managers in your LinkedIn, because in your LinkedIn right now, you have more Agile coaches, right? That's why you can see Agile coaches posts, but you need to add 500 people in your LinkedIn from business, and business will see your post every single day. Okay, that's why every single day, add 20 people, connect with 20 people from business. And in LinkedIn, it's so easy because you can find people from your zip code, from your location, from your hometown. Does it make sense? This first thing. The second is very, very important, to go to local business events, to meet people, to really explain them what you do, to simplify your language. Because when I told them that I'm an Agile coach, they didn't understand what I was talking about. They don't know anything about our world. That's why you need to explain. Like, for example, me right now, I explain I'm AI and modern management expert. And I really good in AI, right? I learned like for last 2 years, I learned everything I could, and I help companies to implement AI as well. That's why your positioning is very important. And let me share my screen because I have 2 examples of Agile coaches LinkedIn, which it's a mistake. It's a mistake to have let me share something with you, very practical stuff. If you will just repeat what I will teach you, you will find clients. Can you see my screen, right? Okay, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the way how you can find clients, okay? The idea of LinkedIn and all your marketing campaign, right? Before you didn't need marketing. Now you need to learn marketing. You need to have attention. That's why you need to publish some valuable content in your LinkedIn. People should know you. Local businesses, they should know who you are. If I go to local business event or business association, or in America we have Chamber of Commerce, for example, right? And I ask, who is Stefan? And they should tell me, oh, this is great consultant. He's helping local businesses. That's why you need to build this trust, right? And then people will buy it. This is the mistake of agile coaches. They have a lot of certificates, and please check your LinkedIn after this session. If you have too much certificates like this guy, it's not clear for your potential clients what exactly you're doing. Does it make sense? That's why a lot of certificates, ocean in your LinkedIn. This is all agile coaches. It's all my students, right? And they came to me, and always they have a nature on their LinkedIn, right? But this is what should be. This is what should be. On your LinkedIn page, you need to explain in business language what you deliver, what you're doing as a consultant, right? And you see, description should be very short and very clear, like what you're doing for your local businesses. Does it make sense? And this is Agile Coach on the left and on the right. It's a huge difference. You need to look professional. You need to look as a business consultant. Does it make sense? That's why your LinkedIn and a lot of different local business events, business meetups, especially now before Christmas, just go and build your name. It's critically important. Yeah, that's why
Good tips.
build your name, explain local businesses, build your network with them, ask about their problems. Like go and just ask, okay, what is your problems? What is your top 3 challenges? I can help you. I did it last 20 years. I can help you as well. Does it make sense?
Yeah. What about things like business networks? I don't know what it's called, round table, Rotary,
Yes. Go
sport
everywhere.
club. Okay.
Go
So,
everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
so any tips and tricks? How do you get yourself invited to places like this? Because they are typically a little bit closed. You need to have someone to
Yes.
invite you in.
First of all, you have local business associations or business, like they support local businesses, right? And you are a local business. You are an entrepreneur. You have your business, right? They need to support you as well. That's why you come to them and say, hey, I need your help. I worked for enterprise all my life. And now I want to serve our local businesses. Please help me to meet people, right? That's why this is first thing. The second thing is that Google, like I use ChatGPT, right? I have very good prompt. You can text me in LinkedIn. I will send you a prompt how to find local all business events in one time. And really, they have free events usually. You don't need to pay membership, but in the future, I would suggest you to buy a membership for some business associations and be part of them. Does make sense? But now they have a lot of free events everywhere. But the problem of agile coaches that I see the question, that they go to agile events, but they don't go to business events. Does make sense? And
Yeah.
nobody know that you exist. That nobody know that you can help them a lot. I see the question, Lacey, right?
Yeah, thank you. It makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Just out of curiosity, are you located in the US right now? And because it sounds very American, I was wondering because you also used to work in Europe or
Yes.
what, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there any difference? I sense some difference, but maybe it's just a feeling that I have. Can we do exactly the same? People
Yes.
are more outgoing in the US. There are lots of differences, etc. But
Yes.
yeah, tell me about it.
We have several students from different, like from UK, from different countries of Europe, right? For sure, they will need to adapt the way how to have like I don't know if you in your country do you have a small talk? In America, it's important, right? You will need to adapt some stuff, but it's exactly the same system, okay? You have business owners or associations somewhere. You need to go there and meet them and explain, like, this is who I am. Please tell me about your problems and I can help you. I'm a consultant, right? You will need to learn how to present yourself for sure. At any countries, it's the same system. For sure, it's the same to publish very valuable content in your LinkedIn or Facebook, right? It depends. Maybe your local businesses, they use Facebook more. Maybe you have your different social media, right? You need to adapt. But the idea to share valuable content and your knowledge and help local businesses is the same. Exactly the same. Guys, first of all, I worked with 20 different countries, right? My students, the agile coaches, they're from all the world, right? And we had a lot of conversations that businesses, they have exactly the same problems. First of all, small businesses, they don't have HR. They don't have IT department. They're small, they have 50 people. They don't know how to create a culture. They don't know that it's important to create this culture, right? And we're agile coaches. We create this culture. We help them, right? That's why the problem of how to manage people, a problem of different generations, right? In restaurant, somebody 19, somebody 75. They have different values, right? For sure, AI. AI, it's very important skill right now, and it's not only ChatGPT. It is when you really explore a company and you can give them some advices, what kind of AI they can use in marketing or housekeeping. Like you can help them with AI, but your price is twice bigger, like mine right now, because I'm helping with AI as well, and I became very good on that. Right? That's why I would suggest you, if you didn't fall in love with AI, I would suggest you to really explore and learn how to help others as well. Because they're asking help. I'm teaching and I charge money for that. I teach how to use ChatGPT. Because they don't know about prompting. They never use ChatGPT before. Housekeepers, people from the farm, people from bakery, right? They don't know how to use ChatGPT. And you can charge and have it as an additional service.
Marina, how about the other side of the spectrum? I mean, it's really fascinating to listen to your stories, and I love that horse farm. I've actually done some of that myself, so it's amazing what you can get out of a Kanban board as a thing. What are sort of the little bit things to watch out for? I mean,
I would say,
sometimes it doesn't go with
yeah,
clients as we want to. What are the anti-patterns
yeah, I would
to keep
say,
in mind?
mhm, I would share several challenges, and then from first of all, from your side, right, from agile coaches. Many of us, we're introverts and we never sell anything before. We never be active in network, and it can be challenge in the beginning. It's a new skill, right? Because before, I don't know about you guys, I received clients. I've never run and tried to find clients. They always came to me, right, for last 10 years. Something happened with the market. Now I need to find clients, right? It's a new skill. That's why you will need to learn sales skill, network, marketing skill for sure, right? And be active. I think the biggest challenge for me was to explain who I am without agile words. It was challenge. It was difficult because before I just told, I'm Marina Alex, I'm agile and sales coach. And everybody understood. Now I need to explain in very simple business language what I do, right? And change my language for sure. It was the biggest challenge.
Can you give us an example of that? I'm
Yes,
all ears.
yes, yes. For example, now when I meet people and I say, I'm a business consultant, I'm helping with AI, I'm helping with new management approach, I'm helping solve local business problems. You see, my language is very simple. I'm a business consultant. I worked 10 years in big organizations, and now I have a mission to share my knowledge with local businesses and support them because it's so difficult for you guys to run this business, right? And in this case, I have a simple story. I have a big experience as a consultant, but I worked with big companies and I have so much value, and now I want to share with my local companies. And they really very open to, like, oh, really? Okay. how did you help them, right? The second secret, which I created based on my experience and I share with agile coaches, I never sell myself. I create the situation where they want to buy. How? For example, I will meet Henrik in a business event, and he has, I don't know, he has a hotel, right? And I will ask questions. I will ask him, "Hey, Henrik, I'm writing an article about local business problems in our local magazine, and I'm really writing. Would you please share top 3 challenges?" And he will share top three challenges with me, and I will tell him, "Wow, thank you so much. Can I, now it's very loud when a business event, can we have a separate conversation and I'll just have interview to jump deeper in this conversation, right? And then we'll have a separate Zoom and I will ask questions. I'm not selling anything, but then I will tell Henrik, you shared those 3 challenges, right? I don't know, turnover, whatever. This is what I'm doing last 20 years. I'm helping companies to solve those problems. I can help you, right? And then I create the situation that they want to buy from me. Does it make sense? I don't pitch them. I don't call them like, please buy my service. I don't believe that it's a good idea. I don't believe in traditional sales when you need manipulate by people. But I create the situation where like, hey, I have something that I can help you in your business, right? For example, the biggest problem around the world is that business owners, when they want to scale their business, they need to hire a manager, right? Before they don't have a manager, they manage everything by themselves. When they hire a manager, this manager usually brings different culture. They have a lot of problems, and they don't know how to. First of all, it's very expensive for the company, right? And I help them to create self-organizing company where they don't need managers and save a lot of money, right? For managers, because we empower people. People manage themselves better than anybody. Not many consultants deliver such results. And they, in the beginning, they don't believe, like, Marina, is it possible to really people, like, I manage them every single day. Yeah, you try to use command and control, right? But what if we will create and empower teams and it will be cross-functional teams? And they pay me money for that because I help them free up time. And they will pay you as well.
So can I just ask, which mentors would you recommend us in the field of self-management? Who would you recommend that we reach out to? Who did you learn from? Who did you reach out to?
I learned from Jeff Sutherland and Mike Biddle, who created Agile Manifesto. And I created their framework, which we use in America right now and in other Europe countries, right? I can share with you framework, right? Which will help you. And I have a system how to do it very quickly. That's why I would recommend myself as a mentor if you need help, because I do it every single day. And we have very good community. That's why just text me in LinkedIn and I will share our program. We will start in January.
So basically in the Agile community.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Yeah. Any questions? I would love to answer for your questions.
Yeah, so your idea is intriguing of this idea of making people come to you, and I heard there is even a broad range of different approaches. You said you're like interviewing. I even heard a story recently about a person who pretended that he wanted to buy something from a company and put himself in a buyer position, because that's something
I think I'm sorry, but it's not my values. I never lying. That's why I don't like to pretend somebody. It's not my approach. I'm very open from the beginning and say like, look, what kind of problems do you have in your business? And if I can help you, I will help you. If not, I will find someone who will help you. And one of the problem right now, implementation AI. It's a problem. They don't know what is that. There are so many AI solutions, and I'm helping with this problem as well. But to come back to you, right? Yes, I have my own approach. I have interview, right? I'm always interview people. I build my trust. I give them something for free. You need to build your sales funnel where you will have something for free, then you'll have something very cheap price, and then you'll have your main product. It's a sales funnel. It's a math. But in your business, you're all business people, right? You work for yourself. That's why you need to create, first of all, a real revenue goal, how much money you want to make in 2026. And based on your revenue goal, create a sales funnel.
Yeah. Well, actually, I agree that this example is a bit unethical. So that was, of course, not my point. The point was to explore like the range of options. And it's interesting that you mentioned trust, because just yesterday we had a meetup with one of the one of the people who built agility in Denmark, and he's now studying trust as a topic.
Yeah.
So any more advice you can share around this issue, because it really is very busy people, very difficult to get access, very skeptical, etc. How to deal with it?
Yes, they're busy. They are lonely because they work so hard for their business. They don't have anybody who will ask them, "How are you doing? How is your business doing?" Right? That's why to have an interview with them, they love it. It's a part of my, like, I have in the Sway Academy where I teach other agile coaches, we create automation campaign where LinkedIn send text by itself. Okay, you can do it manually, or you can use Dripify and it will be automatically send them invitation, right? I don't add 20 people by myself right now by hands. It's automatically. Anyway, and I say, hey, I'm Marina, I'm from this town, I'm doing research. Can you give me an interview, right? 90% of people, they say yes, because they know that I'm local, right? I'm one of them. I'm doing my research about small and medium businesses problems, and I'm doing my research, guys, because I want to understand them better. And now I'm writing this article for local magazines. I was invited in radio station because I interviewed more than 100 local businesses, and I learned a lot, and nobody did it before, right? But when I have this interview and I ask questions like, tell me about you, okay, why you decided to create this company? What is your problems? I'm very, like, I have a script for interview, right? And after that, we build this trust. I don't sell anything in this interview. But then I come back because they're part of my sales funnel. And I come back and say, Martin, you share something that you have a very high level of turnover. I would suggest you to do XYZ. And I give them some value, small piece of value for free. And they will try something like, oh, wow, thank you, it works, right? And then, hey, I have a consulting. I can help you even more, right? And then like, oh, wow, I would love to learn more. Lacey, go ahead.
Yeah, just again curious. So once you have, once they have bought your services, right? You have them in your sales channel. They're now your customers. To what extent do you then educate executives or train? I like to say educate, or do you do that? I mean, not in self-managing organizations, I guess. But please tell me about it. How do you approach that?
Yes. Because I mentioned I have a system, right? Imagine it's a chair, okay? It's a chair, and each chair has 4 legs, right? And I always put this chair, first of all, I have a workshop, and I explain, to be successful as a business, you need to have 4 legs, strong culture, processes, flat organization, right? Flat structure, and technologies. And then I sit on this chair and say, and number 5, it's your customers. That's why 5 topics we're going to learn in my workshop. I teach them about culture, values, mission. Guys, they don't have mission and values very often because they're busy. I teach them about sprints, planning session, daily retrospectives. I teach them about how to create Kanban boards. I teach them how to implement AI and create prompts. And I teach them how to create feedback loops, right, from customer perspective. And I solve 5 biggest problems very quickly for them. That's why, to answer for your question, I have several products. I have workshops, but I also have, for example, now it's the best season for retrospectives and strategy sessions. They never had retrospectives before because it doesn't exist in traditional management. That's why I charge in America $10,000 for one day, where I help them to have 1 year retrospective for 2025 and strategy session for 2026. They're happy. It's our highest season right now for this product. November, December, January, and February, right? Plus, I have support hours where I help them really and attend their meetings. After our meeting, I will go and I will facilitate retrospective, demo, and planning session for one of my teams. And I charge for that. It's 2 months implementation. That's why many different products. For example, assessment, it can be part of your product funnel and you can charge for that as well.
Thank you.
So this is a really amazing chance to hear, and I hope it's okay to ask. So how many in a way prospects do you keep in your channel? Do you have something like what's like a healthy size so it doesn't become too much and not too little?
Yeah. My goal to have 2 clients per month, right? This is my goal. That's why usually I have in my sales funnel, I have around 20 conversations constantly. It's constantly. It's all the time, right? That's why I have them. But again, the secret is that first year, you will work for your name and you will be very active. But after that, right now, I receive calls and like, hey, Marina, you helped this restaurant. They suggested me to talk with you. Can you help us as well? I have a lot of clients who came from my previous clients. That's why you need to build your name 1 year and be very active. And then they will suggest to each other. It's a network, right? For example, I had a client, dentist. I helped them. She had 2 locations. We created cross-functional teams. We didn't have managers. I charged them $12,000. And after 4 months, somebody came from another dentist because they know each other and they share what's happened with them, right? And dentist came to me like, Marina, we want to invite you. And they just came to me, right? That's why the second year and third year will be much easier for you. First year, you will need to build processes in your sales and marketing.
So the density example is intriguing. What kind of, if it's possible to share, what kind of challenges did they have that you could help them solve? Just to open our minds a little bit.
Yes. For example, again, I always teach my students and agile coaches, right, and explain you need to find your passion, and you can't fix all problems in this world. You need to find which problems you're really passionate about to solve, right? For many agile coaches, it's efficiency and processes. It's not my passion, right? That's why I will share my problems, which I am solving, okay? Revenue and profit. It's problem when they don't achieve their sales results or their profit margin is very small. I love it because I know how to do it. That's why everything about revenue and profit problems, I love people problems when they have conflicts, lack of trust, lack of communication, chaos in communication. This is my second problem. And number 3, feedback from customers. When they tell me like, Marina, we're losing customers. We don't have enough new customers, right? I love it. It's my top 3. But I taught 100 agile coaches, right? And for many of them, they took efficiency and productivity, and they focusing only on such problems. That's why it's up to you. But again, this is what Lacey, right? You asked me, like, Marina, should we adapt for our country? Yes, you need to understand their problems. Maybe they're different, right? For example, in UK, they changed taxes taxes process, and it was a huge problem for local businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what exactly is happening in your country. But you need to know because you're going to have interviews, right? And you will know exactly what kind of problems do they have. And you will be like a doctor, right? I always say, hey, we're like a doctors for businesses, right? You can be dentist, you can be eye doctor, right? But you focus on businesses. And for example, for me, small and medium businesses, right? For me, at least 10 employees. I don't work with startups. They don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have problems which
Mm-hmm.
I can help. That's why at least 10 employees, maximum 200. I don't work with more than 200 people because it will be too much time to work. I want to see results quickly. That's why 200 employees. And the most important, it's revenue. In America, for example, it should be at least $1 million revenue per year. And in this case, they pay me 20,000 with easy. And I charge always ahead. I charge and then I deliver my service. Yeah. That's why you need to create ideal customer profile. Okay, with who I want to work. We have several agile coaches in this way academy. They told Marina, I want to have my niche. And I help them create a strategy. They work only with dentists or only with
Mm-hmm.
lawyers. And they love it. It can be
Yeah.
niche as well. Henry, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
You are muted, Henrik.
Agile development and coaching and thoughts about that.
Sorry, say it
We
again.
cannot really hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
try.
It's a bad microphone. We can hear you, but we cannot hear you.
About this, is it better?
Not really. There's some double.
I will write a message in the chat.
Yeah, please
Okay.
write it in chat and we will see it. Okay, I see several questions in chat. Sorry, guys, I didn't see it. How do you get employee buy-in during the transformation process? Alexandra, this is a very good question because first of all, the head of organization bought it. That's why they really follow the leader usually, right? It's not like an enterprise where leaders didn't buy. And here they have a leader of organization who bought it and they follow him. The second thing is that I help them to have a voice. For example, I ran a workshop for 50 housekeepers, and they told me, Marina, for our history, nobody asked our opinion about business. Never, right? It's just housekeepers, and I gave them a voice. That's why they love those changes. They really want to change. That's why you can change small organization if you have good skills for 2 months. Much,
Just give me 1 second. We have some kind of background conversation that somebody has forgot to mute their mic.
yeah.
Still
Okay.
have.
I think now it's good, right? Okay, to repeat what I was going to say. Yes, the people really, because you will simplify their life, you will empower people. The most important thing which I do I told you we have a framework. You can find me in LinkedIn. I will send you this framework. In our system, we call it SWAY. I adapt Scrum and Agile and Kanban all together for businesses. We create common goals for teams. We have revenue goals, which they never had before. The second thing is very important. We change motivation. We have team bonuses. We don't have individual KPI anymore. That's why, for example, now I have a case where I will drive after our session. We have 2 teams, and we have 2 types of revenue goals. Regular, and they will have no bonus, ambition goal, and they will have common bonus, and we will split with all employees, and super ambition goal. If they achieve that, they will have a huge bonus. And they work, all of them, they work for those revenue goals. Does make sense? And they've never had this experience before. And I will tell you, we have 2 months before we finish this year, and they achieved this goal for 95% so far. They increased their revenue compared last year for 17% so far. 17. And they became much efficient. Yeah, can you recommend a good book on agile development and coaching? Oh, it's a good question. There are not many books about agile outside of IT because I'm working. Henrik, please send me. I will think about that. Please send me a request in LinkedIn. I will think about that. Maybe somebody, guys, you will share.
I can give you a short answer. Lisa Adkins, Coaching Agile Teams. I think it's
yeah, good one.
Somewhere. So yeah,
it's very good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good book. Yeah, it's a very good book. Yeah, that's why.
I'm sorry. We are approaching the top of the hour. Thank you so much, Marina, for sharing your experiences. It's just been great to hear. And if I heard you correctly, you offered to share your Sway framework if we ping you on LinkedIn. Is that correct?
Yes, please. I will share with you and ask any questions, and I will share with you the system which we implement for businesses. It's a new framework.
Yes.
And ask any questions. And I have last question for you. And please use chat or use our just voice. What was the most valuable takeaway from this hour for you? And from 1 to 10, how much, like if you measure from 1 to 10 value of this hour, what it will be, and what was the biggest takeaway for you? I always receive feedback. Don't be afraid to give me one.
I can start. I'll give you 10. Because I actually do a lot of these things that you're talking about. I connect with the networks in some ways, and I have a coming presentation that I will talk about them about company health check in somewhat way with SME companies. So I'm poking or trying to get the time to do a presentation during a lunch or so. So all these things are really, I think what you've been saying is really good. So I will take it with me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Just go and really meet them, and they need you, guys. They need you more than enterprise. And it's more fun work with them because you can change them. And imagine before I worked online many years, right? Now I really drive and I use sticky notes to work with them. I will share video pictures with you, but it's so much fun. It's like 10 years ago. Yeah, thank you for your feedback. Maybe somebody else.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
I can.
Marina,
Yeah, I just
please,
put in your. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just put in the chat that the most, everything you say was very valuable, but the most of all, your sales approach to SMB. So I give you a 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for sharing.
I really appreciate it.
If we give you a 10, all of us, does that mean you will come back?
I will. And I will ask about 15 next time, like from 1 to 15,
That's
right?
good.
I would love to, yes. And again, and share more information.
And we don't have the problems to solve that you interview about. So, well, it's with 10.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
So Marina, absolutely 10. Really love your energy on this, I think, and the hopefulness that you are sharing. And I'm absolutely confident that there is a market to be open. And maybe the last thing I'm asking is that, is there anything in your mind in terms of, for example, building a wider community who help sort of to dedicate themselves to open this market opportunity? Because I really think it's almost becoming ripe because complexity is going up. Everybody's under so much pressure, super busy, and they really need somehow help to get out of that busyness, which is what people like us can help with, and get a little bit of think and head space. So any idea of bigger movements or somehow teaming up to increase and stimulate this demand?
Yeah, it's a very good question because I'm sorry, I'm very open, right? And I do believe that what's happened with the agile industry, it's happened because Scrum Alliance, Scrum Org, they were focusing on sales certifications only. We didn't teach our agile coaches how to communicate with business side, how to really measure our results in revenue, right? That's why what's happening right now, it's what's happened because of Scrum Alliance and Scrum Org, right? And I tried many times to like, hey, guys, we need to inspire everybody. We need to show them this world. And they're so big, they didn't believe in this idea. They're focusing on IT only, right? That's why what I'm doing right now, I have such meetings like this, and please share with everybody, right? Like, hey, all together we can do it, right? You can go together in local business meetings and really support each other for the first time, right? But again, what I'm doing right now, I'm making this demand popular around the world and help agile coaches to receive those clients. That's why I'm going to be very active in marketing next year and promote in business side and show them that traditional management doesn't work. You need something different. Does that make sense? I don't know if I answered for your question,
You did.
but
Thank you so
yeah,
much. And
I
this
think
offer
altogether.
to Ping for the Sway framework, does that also extend to people who are watching this later?
Yes, for sure. Just text me, everybody, please. I'm very open. I really support our agile community because I don't know about you, but many agile coaches in America, they don't have money right now. They drive Ubers because it's just impossible to find job. And I was in this situation. That's why I want to show like, hey, it's a huge market. Just go, and if I can, I will support you as much as I can,
Yeah.
because again, you're business owners and you have businesses near. It's difficult to have your business. It's difficult to have your restaurant. It's difficult to have your dentist clinic. But if you help them, it will be easy for
Yeah.
them, and it will be easy for your community and your
Yes. Yeah.
town. It's
Yeah.
a big, for me, it's a big mission.
Yeah. So I think I need to go back to my calculation. I calculated that it would be like 1,000, actually 1,000,000 roles in Europe around this topic. But if you can really target the segment that you talk about, it's way more. So
Yes, it's
let's crack
huge.
that open together.
Yes, let's open it together. Let's go and explain businesses like, hey, to have free managers, it doesn't work anymore. Command and control, it doesn't work anymore. Trust between people, communication, this is put customer first. This is what will work, right? But again, I do believe, and I have a huge evidence that cross-functional teams, it's the future of any businesses in this world. Departments, it doesn't work anymore, like department silos and departments,
Yeah.
right? With different goals, like it just
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But
That's
not
actually
many
a super
people
good
know how
idea.
to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
But not many people, they like other people, they don't know how to create cross-functional teams. And we know because we did it many years, right?
Yeah.
That's why this is what they need. And they don't know that it exists. For example,
Yes.
retrospective.
Yeah.
Guys, retrospectives for business, they crying how love the retrospectives.
Thank you so much, Marina. We know you have a busy day ahead of you. For
Yeah, I
us here
have a
in
lot of
Europe,
meetings. Yeah.
it's evening calling. Thank
Yeah.
you so much
Thank you,
for
guys.
taking time
Thank
to
you. Yeah.
visit
Thank
us.
you.
Really
Yes,
appreciate it.
please find me in LinkedIn and I will send you a sway guide. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.